watch out if you ignite him. He's a road ahead, a full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day, leave the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feed him from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force. Departed, if you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protected.
Here is the complete story of Kalani and the dark secrets of Dreamtale. The field trip to Dreamtale. It all began with a high school field trip led by Mr. Eris to the alternate realm of Dreamtale. While the trip was meant to be educational, a group of popular students, Jax, Leo, Silas, Kale, and a girl named Skylar, used the opportunity to bully and isolate Kalani, a 15-year-old girl with an American Army veteran father and distinctive mismatched eyes, one midnight black and one light ice blue. Separated from the group, Kalani found herself on the dangerous Nightmare side of the realm, where she encountered the Dark King, Nightmare Sans. Witnessing the cruelty of the bullies, Nightmare intervened with brutal force. He captured Skylar, serving her to his companions, and forced the remaining boys into a state of absolute terror. He spared Kalani but forced her to drink a dark substance, marking her with his secrets and leaving her with a lingering connection to his realm. The Return and the Secret. When the portal reopened, the terrified students returned to the human world. At school, the boys were entirely broken, too frightened to ever bother Kalani again, while Skylar's absence went temporarily unnoticed. Upon returning to her house, Kalani discovered that Nightmare had bypassed her phone security, leaving his contact number, the Guardian, and a message promising protection in exchange for her absolute silence. The next day, a package materialized in her room containing collectible toys, candies, and $500 worth of gift cards, which Kalani used to redeem 50,000 Robux on her account. However, her 19-year-old half-brother Marcus, nicknamed Dolar, noticed the sudden influx of wealth. As a local police officer and a pre-law student with a Japanese background, Dolar's professional instincts flared. He suspected fraud or online grooming. Though Kalani initially lied, claiming a wealthy student gave her the cards, Dolar pressed for the truth. Overwhelmed, Kalani revealed her mismatched eyes and confessed everything about Nightmare, the field trip, and Skylar's fate. Because Dolar was familiar with the lore of the Sanseius, he recognized the immense danger his sister was in and pulled her into a silent, protective hug. The mark of the curse. The next morning, Kalani discovered a thick bandage roll wrapped around her neck. Pulling it away in front of the mirror, she uncovered a deep, infected, and magically rotting bite mark, a physical curse left by Nightmare. Terrified that Dolar would investigate the wound and put himself in mortal danger against a supernatural entity, she quickly rewrapped the gauze and resolved to keep it hidden forever. Later that afternoon, while the siblings were playing video games, Dolar noticed her adjusting her collar. Using his quick reflexes, he managed to unwrap the gauze to check her injury. Shocked by the sight of the dark, infected rot, he insisted she needed immediate medical help. Panicked, Kalani broke away and fled into her bedroom, slamming the door shut. Instantly, the temperature plummeted, and the room plunged into pitch-black darkness. Abduction to the laboratory. While Dolar took a brief nap in the living room to process the situation, the magical infection on Kalani's neck began to spread rapidly, causing intense pain. Nightmare teleported directly into the freezing, dark room. Though she couldn't see him at first, he touched the wound, temporarily numbing the agony before demanding her complete submission. Soon after, a second school sleepover trip to Dreamtale was announced. As Kalani packed her bags, Killer Sans ambushed her in her bedroom. She fought back fiercely, even biting Killer's hand to escape toward the door. But Nightmare materialized from the shadows and recaptured her. Despite a heavy kick from Nightmare to her right leg, Kalani used her father's resilience training to stay upright, refusing to break. Ruthless, Nightmare shoved her into a heavy wooden crate lined with iron and sealed it with a padlock. Killer Sans held the box secure in the back of a blacked-out vehicle as they sped through a hidden portal, bringing her to the grand stone corridors of the castle's fourth-floor laboratory. The final transformation. In the lab, Nightmare chained Kalani to a sterile metal examination bed. She tried desperately to knock over a tray containing 5 massive syringes filled with a bubbling violet liquid, but Nightmare pinned her arm. He sanitized her skin with an alcohol cloth, ignoring her anxious distractions, and systematically injected all 5 doses of dark magic into her shoulder. The overwhelming power caused Kalani to pass out. She awoke in Nightmare's private bedroom, draped in dark velvet. The Dark King held her in a heavy embrace while drawing the last of her human essence, causing the magical numbness to fade into intense pain until her strength was entirely spent. For 5 days, she remained still in the Dark Realm. Meanwhile, back home, a terrified Dolar searched her empty room in vain, his police training yielding no clues. After 5 days, Nightmare used his guardian magic to resurrect Kalani, binding her permanently to the darkness. The transformation left her alive but with green patches of altered skin across her neck and arms. To hide the marks from the human world, Nightmare dressed her in an elegant, high-collared dark gown. He opened a final portal, sending her back to her front porch with a warning that her shadow now belonged to him. Homecoming. Stepping back into the living room, Kalani was greeted by an exhausted and relieved Dolar. He rushed forward, pulling her into a tight embrace. Though his law enforcement background left him with countless unanswered questions, he chose to simply hold her, grateful she was alive. Adjusting her high collar to keep her green skin and the dark secrets completely hidden, Kalani walked back into her home, safe with her brother but forever changed by the shadows of Dreamtale.